You know, if you're ready, a breakout trade can be a life-changing event. And there's lots of stuff going on in the market right now. We're green. We have stocks breaking out like crazy. And there's this one stock that I want to talk about right now that's going to show you that if you're ready for the breakout, you can make a ton of money in a very short period of time. Here we go. All right. The stock is called Tesla. You might have heard of it. I've been sticking it out in Tesla for years now. And it's been a really tough ride. The last 3 years have been down from 414 all the way down to 138. And so that's been a tough slog for the last 3 years. But I have this belief that if you don't quit, then the market bails you out if you've got good stocks. If you have crappy stocks, that can't help you. But if you've got good stocks, the stocks that we talk about in our programs, where they're good quality, high institutional value stocks, then you want them. Now, Tesla today came out with its inventory numbers for the second quarter, and they blew the number away. Frankly, I think the street was expecting 438,000 deliveries of vehicles. They had 448 or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what the number is. It was higher than what the street expected. And that's been disappointing the street for the last couple of quarters. And now they've kind of lowered expectations. Then when you lower expectations and you blow them away, then you turn everybody around. Plus, their energy business is great. That's all fine. Let's take a look at this chart. All right, so here's the daily on Tesla, and I want to just kind of show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at this, there's a double bottom pattern here. So you'll see it's like a W. So it goes from this 265 swing point down to 175. Then it makes an intermediate high at 205.60. And then it makes another low, even a lower low, which is important for a double bottom, at 138.80. That's the low of this cycle. And then what happened is a couple of days later, well, we had a big gap up right in here on volume. And then 3 days after that, we had a big gap up all the way up to 199 on volume. That's the candle that I want to show you. That's an important candle because what happened is it went down after it blew that, that it had a high volume candle after it made that kind of a new little high there. It went back and tested the 50-day moving average. Notice how it kind of tested the 50, but it didn't go below it. That meant there was some support coming in from the institutions. And then you had to keep an eye on that candle as it was coming up the other side. So it came up the other side, and it's look at the volume on the bottom. This is serious volume coming into that 198.87 candle. And then today you're seeing a gap up. Now, the breakout point was 205, let's call it 206, right? That's the top of that swing point in the double bottom. And so as it's coming into that, which it did yesterday, you had to be on notice that this stock is breaking out. And so here we have a little breakout going on and a gap up on high volume with energy. That's telling you this stock wants to go higher. Now, can it come back and fill the gap? Yeah, it probably will. Can it come back and test some of these other areas? Yeah, probably will. But I think we got a couple things going on. Number one, they blew away the numbers. So fundamentally, the stock is back on track, making electric cars, setting up new expectations, that kind of thing. But technically, this is now a stock that wants to go higher, and it's in a short squeeze. So all these people that have been shorting it for the last 3 or 4 years, especially the ones down in this area, 265 and below, they are now getting squeezed out. And that's why you're seeing so much energy to the upside on this stock. You may continue to see a little bit as it tries to go to that 265.13. So that's the importance of understanding where the breakouts are. Now, I see, and I always say, the longer the coil in the spring. So like it's been coiling in here for a long time, for the last, a couple of years. Let me put it on a weekly and I'll show you even more. Look at how much coiling has been going on in this area just in the last, since March of 23. So that's been, year and a quarter. Okay. But then you can look at all of this stuff going on from its all-time high. And there is, that's a long period of time for this spring to be coiling in here, this spring. And so this spring is now coiling, and the longer it coils, the more power that it has on the way up. That's how I analyze Tesla. That's how I analyze a lot of stocks. Now, let me tell you, to be honest with you, I have not been able to predict Tesla to save my life over the last couple of years. Other stocks have been nailing them. Breakouts on Apple a couple of weeks ago, Amazon last week, FICO, NVIDIA, SMCI, going on and on. I've been killing them because I do a lot of manual analysis, and you can I show you how to do this stuff. And so if you are ready for these breakouts, then you can make a ton of money in a very short period of time. And you can see the stock just 3 weeks ago was, in the 160s, right? That bar right there, that was at 167, the low part of that bar. So now we're talking about $230 it's hitting today. So that's a 70-point move or a 60-point move. That's incredible. And so if you're ready for these and you're positioned properly, you can make a lot of money. Now, quick commercial here. I have a program called Trade Like a Pro Accelerator. It's my course, plus I do a 4-week training live on top of it with four, once a week live training workshops with me. And I show you how to do all this stuff. I show you how to analyze stocks fundamentally, technically, show you how to do some risk management so you don't get trading over your skis, all those kinds of things. So if you want to learn how to become a better trader from wherever you are today, I'm going to show you. There's a lot of chart reading in it. It's a lot of fun. Once your eye starts to see these spots on the chart, right, you can start to take advantage of those breakouts. And if you set up and hit that perfect pitch, you can really, get some things in your sweet spot and get a higher batting average. And that's what we want, right? We don't need to do it on every stock. We just need to do it on one or two. And when you hit it right, it feels really good. So if you're interested in doing that, I've got a description down below. If you're not interested in doing it, that's okay. I had to throw that out there because I have it coming up. First classes start July 17th, which is just in a few days. So get involved now because I'm not going to be able to mentor everybody. You're going to be getting live mentorship from me, by the way. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to this channel, that would be great. If you want more notifications to hit your inbox or whatever they do on YouTube or Rumble or wherever you are, hit the notification bell so you know when these are coming out. If you want to make a comment, you don't like my bald head, or you do like something, let me know. If you hit a like button, that's great. If you want to hit the thumbs down button, fine too. Just let me know what I'm doing so I can improve. Thanks for being here. Hope that helped. There are stocks that are breaking out right now all over the place, it seems like, because it's weird because the market's talking about how negative it is and the Fed and this and that. And I'm telling you, the market is showing a lot more breakouts than I've seen in a long time. So hopefully you're positioned and you're not listening to the fear and sitting in cash and making 5% on your CDs. You're getting ready to make some of these, huge moves. Like a 20% move on Tesla in just a couple of weeks is a big move. And I think there's more to come. Probably a little bit of a pullback before there's more to come, but we'll see. So that's how I analyze Tesla. That's how I analyze a lot of stocks. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.